Hey guys, welcome back to the #1 beach review / YouTube golf channel on YouTube. I have no idea if that's true. I'm just assuming that no one else does this combination of content. If you do, hit me up. We could probably be friends. As I've mentioned to the folks that have seen my videos before, this channel started as a Massachusetts beach review channel. There's no beaches to review in the winter. So I switched over to YouTube golf content through the winter at the very least. Right after the Internet Invitational, I put a video out there. It did very well. So we kind of pivoted to YouTube golf a little bit. So we're going to go this route through the winter. Might sneak some beach reviews in on you come spring, summertime. But for now, if you're into the YouTube golf universe, hit the subscribe button. You'll get videos all winter. Today, we're going to be going through the 5 best YouTube golfers. Now, the criteria for this is just skill level. We're talking about the 5 biggest sticks on YouTube, lowest handicaps, most success in their career, most success on YouTube. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so number 5 on the list is Sean Walsh with good. He is currently playing at a plus 5.1. Sean graduated from Gonzaga in 2016, where he made the all-academic WCC team. That's the all-West Coast Conference team. Shortly after he graduated, he moved on to play in quite a few mini PGA Tour events, most of which were on PGA Canada. He had 48 starts while playing in the mini tour, and he made 21 cuts out of those 48, which is a pretty solid track record. Obviously, the purses in the mini tour are not nearly what they are in the PGA Tour itself, so not really much of a living to be made there. I think he ended up making a total of around 30 grand while playing for the PGA mini tour, but he eventually moved on from that. He was introduced to Good by Luke Kwan, Sleepy Luke Kwan, in 2024, and shortly after that introduction, he ended up joining them full-time officially in September of 2024. So he's with them for just over a year now. I think it's probably the right career decision for him. I don't know the financials of it, but it's safe to say that he's making more money now with Good than he was on the PGA Mini Tour. Some people want to go for the PGA Tour, right? Put all their eggs in that basket and really try to accomplish that goal. As we're seeing now, and we're going to see more, I think, in years to come, the YouTube golf is actually a better route for a lot of people. Very difficult, obviously, to be successful on the PGA Tour. And I think if you know the right people and you find yourself in the right situations within YouTube golf, it's a more lucrative opportunity for a lot of guys. And you don't have to be the top 0.00005% in the world, right? You look across YouTube golf, you do have the sticks like you'll see on this video, but you've also got guys that are shooting, 95s and trying to break 90 for the first time. You've got Bob Berger, one of the most successful YouTube golfers on the planet right now, and he can't break 80. So in Sean's case, I think this is definitely the right play for him at this time to be set up with those guys in Good. They're the biggest golf channel on YouTube. He wasn't in the Internet Invitational this past year, but I think he definitely will be in 2026. So number 5, we've got Sean Walsh. All right. At number 4, we've got George Bryan, one half of the Bryan Bros. George is playing at a plus 5.7 right now. Graduated from South Carolina in 2010, where he was a 3-time All-American. He played in 20 professional PGA events on the mini tour, most of them PGA Latino America, which he joined in 2017. Made 6 out of 20 cuts. He did have a top 5 finish at, what was it called? The Essential Costa Rica Classic. So he did have a top 5 on the mini tour, but he shifted gears and created his YouTube channel with his brother Wesley in 2015. It didn't really take off until 2021. Those guys started similar to how Garrett started, Garrett Clark and Good with the trick shot videos, but then they progressed into more instructional stuff, and now they're up to 724,000 subscribers. I would say the Bryan Bros channel is probably the second or maybe third most popular on YouTube behind Good and maybe Bob does, but George is one half of that. We'll get into the second half of that combination in just a second. So number 3 on the list is George's brother, Wesley Bryan. Wesley is playing at a plus 6.4 right now. He also played his collegiate golf at South Carolina, had a little bit more success than his brother George. Wesley actually won the individual national championship in his graduating year 2012, and right after graduating, he went to grind on the Korn Ferry Tour. He broke through to the PGA Tour eventually, and he actually won a PGA Tour event in 2017. He won the RBC Heritage, which is a very popular tournament too, and a very competitive one. The field in that is always pretty solid. So pretty impressive stuff by Wesley, but he decided, again, with his brother George, to really go full steam ahead into the YouTube golf. Started it in 2015, but they really started to blow up in 2021, right around COVID, a little bit after COVID. You can learn a lot from Wesley. George too, but I've learned a ton from Wesley's short game. His decel chip shots around the green have really helped me out. I've always kind of been a bump and run, keep it low guy, but his decel shots have really helped me to get the ball up in the air a little bit. Wesley Bryan at number 3. Number 2 is Brad Dalke. Brad's now going by Captain America after his performance at the Internet Invitational. Just an all-around stand-up guy and an absolute stick. He's currently playing at a plus 7.3. This is a guy that played at Augusta, played in the Masters. He gained eligibility to the Masters for coming in second in the National Amateur event in 2016, I believe it was. So that allowed him to play in the Masters. He didn't make the cut, but he finished pretty strong. He shot a 75 on Friday, birdied his last 2 holes. Probably was just getting settled in. I mean, he's known for how well he handles pressure, but Augusta's Augusta. That'll eat anybody up in the Masters. Played his practice rounds with like Bubba Watson, Jordan Spieth. Probably a really, really cool opportunity for someone just coming out of school. But he moved from professional golf to Good, joining them full-time in 2023. And since then, I believe he won the Creator Classic. He just won the Internet Invitational, which we saw just a month or 2 ago. And he's gained a ton of notoriety from that. I think a lot of folks, that was such a great opportunity for everybody involved in it, the Internet Invitational. It allowed people to get so much more exposure outside of their general typical demographics, and I think Brad has become now one of the most popular golfers on YouTube for a lot of the reasons I mentioned before this, right? One, the fact that he's an absolute stick. He's playing at almost a +8 right now. That's like tour level stuff. And number 2, he's just an overall good guy. Seems like the best possible teammate you can have. He never places blame on his teammates. He was playing with guys that, weren't nearly as good. Probably a difference of about 20 strokes in their game to his. But he kept them focused, he kept them dialed, and he never, ever said a bad thing about anybody. And he was super clutch. He mentioned in his podcast after the Internet Invitational that he was more nervous on the 18th hole teeing off in the Internet Invitational than he was at Augusta teeing off on the first hole at the Masters, which is pretty crazy. He went to Oklahoma in college, and he won a national title as a junior in 2018. He actually clinched the national title with a long birdie putt on the last hole. So pretty cool video if you want to check that out. And then he turned pro right after school. In 2019, he played in the U.S. Open at Pebble. Now, something that really sucks, Brad and his wife are going through a really tough time right now. They just had a miscarriage. And his wife, I believe, had an aneurysm during that whole process. So thoughts and prayers to Brad and his wife. Really class guy, and hope everything works out for them. All right. Number 1, now this is going to be met with some controversy, I think. So drop in the comments on whether or not you agree and think that he is a YouTube golfer. But I've got Bryson DeChambeau, and I've gone back and forth on this. When I initially thought about this video, I was not going to include him because he's a top 5 golfer in the world. He's a professional. He's won multiple majors. How could you put him in the same category as Bob Berger or Trent? It's difficult. But you look at his numbers, he's got 2.5 million subscribers on his YouTube golf channel. How could you not call him a YouTube golfer? Now, unlike a lot of these other guys, if YouTube ceased to exist tomorrow, he'd be just fine because he's still winning events. He's still competing in majors. And so maybe that takes him out of consideration for this. When you have that level of popularity on the platform that we're talking about, I feel like it's hard not to put him in this category. I think his Breaking 50 series is probably the best series on YouTube golf. The guests that he has access to are incredible. He played with the president in a Breaking 50. That's insane. Tom Brady, the greatest of all time. The recent one with Steph Curry, I think, was one of the best YouTube golf videos of all time. If you haven't seen it, run, don't walk to it. Don't even click on any of my videos next. Just go watch it right now. I'm not 100% sold on the fact that he is a YouTube golfer. I don't know if he falls in that bucket for the purpose of this video. I say he does. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, if he does fall in the category, he's obviously the best. He's a plus 10 handicap, probably something around there. He won multiple majors. You can't really argue with it. That's another reason I didn't really want to include him, because I think there are some really good players that should be on this list because their primary focus and their primary career is YouTube golf. So let me know what you guys think. All right, folks, so that is all. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what types of videos you guys want to see going forward. Again, I'm going to be making this content all throughout the winter. I've got some ideas, but definitely open to suggestion, whether it's the best YouTube golf videos of all time, the best courses played on YouTube golf of all time, anything like that. Anything that you guys want to see, let me know. I'll put in the work, I'll put in the effort to gather all that content and give it to you guys in a way that's very consumable. I know there's endless amounts of YouTube golf content on this platform, but it's nice to kind of have summaries and recaps and lists of like this. So I enjoy them. That's why I started making them. So you guys let me know. Again, thanks for watching, and make sure to hit the subscribe button, like, and comment.